Okay, you fans of American popular culture of the 20th century, I wanted to show you, this was on Jim's bar crawl when he came back from his long arduous tours here at Barney'S Beanery. Now, he would come here with his drinking buddies, Tom Baker and Babe Hill, like I said. He come from that direction, from the west to the east. And this is, let me just parenthetically add, this place was opened in 1927. It's been here for 98 years. It was opened by John Barney Anthony. And he died in 1968. And I just want to show you this, you fans, this fountain. I don't know if Jim, that was there when Jim was here. That's where he used to eat at the IHOP. And this is where the Pearl, Janis Joplin, spent her last night of her 27 years. And now when this place opened, this was also the watering hole of Clark Gable, Clara Bow, Rita Hayworth, Errol Flynn, and Judy Garland. And then of course in the 60s and 70s, this was a favorite watering hole of the famous and that fantastic novelist Charles Bukowski. Here you go, you fans. And they have that plaque on the bar where Jim spent countless hours drinking here at his beloved Barney'S Beanery. Now, he would start on that bar crawl, like I said. He would start sometimes at the Palms. They tore that out in 2013. And then he would go to the extension, then the phone booth, and then he'd come here to the Barney'S Beanery. Now we're gonna turn left here. This is Holloway. Holloway turns into Santa Monica. There's the IHOP where Jim used to spend sometimes to eat breakfast. We're gonna make just a drive past the final video for today of Jim, one of Jim's favorite crashing pads in room 32. And here's the corner. Now, I wanted to say one thing right here, that at the when I end this, I'm going to end it at the Garden District Cafe where Jim used to eat dinner. I was going to say that Jim had a falling out in about March or April of 1970 with his pal Tom Baker. So they had a big fight about the air piracy problems they were having, that they got in trouble on the airplane. And if you watch the movie, Michael Madsen's supposed to be Tom Baker. Well, they got in a fight because they indicted Jim and not Tom, and Tom didn't stick up for him. But I remember in my readings, they said that Jim repaired his friendship with Tom Baker at the Garden District Cafe, and they said March 8th, they spent the whole day together, him and Babe Hill. They went to the Palms bar, and then they went and saw the Ali Frazier fight in closed circuit TV, and that was March 8th, 1971. And then they went to the Santa Monica Pier for lunch, and then that was the last time Jim ever saw Tom Baker. And I think Tom, he died in 1982 of an overdose, if you can believe that. And here's this nice garden. I wanted to grab this succulent garden. This is what they want Los Angeles citizens to take out their lawns, because this was actually originally a desert, and these take absolutely no wonder, and you can still have that wonderful greenery, evergreen. Now, like I said, he repaired his damaged friendship at the Garden District Cafe over here. And now during the 60s, Ray Manzarek, before he moved, I think they moved to Beverly Hills, him and Dorothy, they had one son, and he lived behind this store called Trashy Lingerie. And in fact, he was always making a joke anytime they would interview him. He'd say, yeah man, I live right behind Trashy Lingerie here on La Cienega. It's still there, Trashy Lingerie. And of course, later on in his late life, Ray and Dorothy moved to the north wine country, and then he died in Germany getting some type of new therapy for his cancer that he was suffering from. And here you go, one of the last venues where Jim did one of the last ever interviews here in Los Angeles for the LA Free Press. We're going south on La Cienega. We're still in West Hollywood, and I think it ends at up ahead at Beverly. Here's a farmer's market if you want to come. It's a pretty mellow little town, high end of course, and so I just want to say, Ray and Jim, good night, sweet princess, and I hope you're in a better place. And thank you for watching this video today. All my subscribers, thank you. And please give me a thumbs up, because I really need that algorithm to kick in. They're putting me at the back of the line, and I think this is very important for posterity, these videos. And I know a lot of people are doing these type of videos, but I like to consider myself the Alan Lomax of Lost Hollywood, lost locations. There's a few places I've discovered. I'm going to do a couple of videos for posterity about Marilyn Monroe, where her mother lived when she was born. And there's the famous Norms, Armin and Davis Googie's architecture. I like to consider myself a kind of a minor Alan Lomax, what Alan Lomax did for folk music during the 1930s. And I discovered a place that nobody ever knew, where James Dean lived with Bill Bass, his pal. And I'm going to do that soon when I have the time. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, where we're coming up is where Ray Manzarek lived for years, behind Trashy Lingerie right here. That was it right there. And it's still in business right there, Trashy Lingerie. And if you go in the back, you'll see the house where Ray lived during the 1960s while recording those 6 studio albums. And then actually there were 8. There was a compilation called 13, and then Absolutely Live. And then here at the Beverly Center in the 1960s, this was actually an amusement park for the baby boom children. And I think pretty much this place is boarded up, out of business. And okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing ya.